Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my November TBR. So my last couple of TBRs have been pretty intense, so I wanted to dial it back a little bit for this one. I will be taking part in a readathon in November, which is the 1000 Doors readathon. This is running from the 1st to the 8th of November, and it's being hosted by Meg from Meg with Books, Emma from Drinking by My Shelf, and Tasmin from Tea Books and Tasmin. So I will link, I found it through Meg's announcement video, so I'm going to link Meg's just specifically, just because that's the one I watched. So if you want to find out more about this, I will let you check it out. But basically, you cannot plan a TBR for this. It is just a sort of find out at the prompt what book you'll be reading. They've said you can do this for longer than the 1st to the 8th. You can do it for the whole month if you really want, but that's when the activities and the prompts will be put up. So I'm going to stick to the 1st to the 8th and then not carry anything forward. Like if I don't finish it, I don't finish it. I'm not going to carry it on for the rest of the month. I just think it'd be a really fun thing to do, and I don't want to bog down the rest of my month with another readathon. I need a slight break. So that is what I'm going to do for that. Buddy reads and book clubs and things. So you may already know the Sisters Approximately pick for November is The Merciless by Danielle Vega. When this video goes up, I should have already put up my quarterly announcement video of Sisters Approximately reads, where I talk in detail about this one. But just as a quick summary from what I know, this is about sort of like trying to perform an exorcism on one of their friends, and there's lots of torture, and I have actually no idea, but it sounds like a very spooky, creepy, good time. So I do talk about it more in that other video, but this is our pick for November. As always, I have a buddy read with Emily over at Novell Novels, and in November we're going to be reading The Keeper of Lost Things by Ruth Hogan. This is one that I picked up from the charity shop just because of the cover. I didn't know much about it, but Emily said she owned it, so why don't we read it together? So just to tell you what it's actually about, it says Anthony Perdue, I'm gonna go with Perdue. It's like Perdue, no idea. Has spent half his life collecting lost objects, trying to atone for a promise broken many years before. Realising he is running out of time, he leaves his house and all its lost treasures to his assistant Laura, the one person he can trust to reunite the thousands of objects with their rightful owners. But the final wishes of the Keeper of Lost Things have unforeseen repercussions which trigger a most serendipitous series of encounters. If a book uses the word serendipitous, I can't even say it, then I'm all in. It's not that chunky of a book, so this should be quite a good time. Me and Emily have hit or miss buddy reads, and last month was kind of in the middle actually, so I don't know what to think about this. I am excited, and it's a very bright, happy coloured book. The only other buddy read I have going in November is with Alice, and we are reading We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. As you can see, I was ready to get this tabbed and I put a singular tab in, so that is fantastic, but I do know where I'm tabbing. This is it's like a booktube darling, this book, and I've never reached to pick it up. I have read other books by Sean David Hutchinson. I've read The Past and Other Things That Should Stay Buried. I've definitely read that, and I wasn't a massive fan. So I really don't know what to think. It's quite a chunker, but the writing is quite big, so I'm sure we'll be fine. I'll just read the top because it's a pretty big blurb. It says, there are a few things Henry Denton knows and a few things he doesn't. Henry knows his mom is struggling to keep the family together and coping by chain-smoking cigarettes. He knows that his older brother is a college dropout with a pregnant girlfriend. He knows that he is slowly losing his grandmother to Alzheimer's, and he knows his boyfriend committed suicide last year. What Henry doesn't know is why the aliens chose to abduct him when he was 13, and he doesn't know why they continue to steal him from his bed and take him aboard their ship. He doesn't know why the world is going to end or why the aliens have offered him the opportunity to avert the impending disaster by pressing a big red button. So Sean David Hutchinson, especially I found with the other book I've read of his, it's like a contemporary with fantastical elements and like sci-fi elements. I'm intrigued, I'm very, very intrigued, and I'm glad I'm finally getting around to this. Right, so I've got a little bit comfier because apart from that, I don't have any set plans, but I have updated my TBR picking devices. So, as always, we have Terrence the TBR Tortoise, who I have completely updated. Give him a quick shake before I start talking. But this is now all of my unread books that I acquired before 2020. So these are the ones that desperately need to be gotten to, really. And we now have a new member of the team. We have Larry the TBR Llama, or it's an alpaca. Then it can be Alan. But I don't know what he is, so let's go with Larry for now. But these are all the books I have acquired in 2020 that are unread. He's actually a pen pot. He's a pen pot. So I need to like pretty much do this to shake. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, especially this month, I don't want to bog myself down, but I love picking books out of these things. So I'm going to pick 3 books that I acquired before 2020 that need to be read, and 2 books from within 2020. I know what I'm saying. So let's just get started on the picks, or we're going to be here all day. Right, let's go for this one. So the first book I'm adding to my TBR. Oh, damn. Okay. So the first book that I picked out is Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. This is only an issue right now because I still have The Dream Thieves on my October TBR and I haven't gotten to it yet. So I'm really hoping I do, or this is effectively adding 2 books to my TBR because I need to read that one before I read this one. As I said, this is the 3rd book in the Raven Boys series. I think I said that. And that is all about, it's like a dark academia with a bit of finding an ancient king. It's very, very weird. I actually can't remember much about the Raven Boys now that it's happened. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully read The Dream Thieves in October and add this to my November TBR. So I'll shimmy him round a bit. I won't properly shake it. And let's dig a little. Right, now we have, oh dear. Okay. I know I was cursed when I put that in here, and that is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I have wanted to reread To Kill a Mockingbird since I read it in school. I read this for GCSE English. I absolutely loved it, and I just wanted to read it again as an adult. But now I'm really regretting that choice. It's not that long. It's like 300 pages. It's a very small little book. Hopefully I can do this. I'm just daunted by reading it again, and I don't want to make an adult opinion. Like, I'm happy with my 16-year-old opinion. Why am I going to change it? But I'm going to risk it. I'm going to read it again. So I haven't actually told you what this one is about. Like, I just presume people know To Kill a Mockingbird. But God, how am I going to summarise it? This is about Scout and Jem Finch, and their dad is a lawyer. The dad's name is Atticus, I know that. And he is defending the case of a black man raping a white girl, and it is set in the Deep South. When would be a good question? I have no idea. Oh, the 30s. Here we go. Harper Lee explores with exuberant humour the irrationality of adult attitudes to race and class in the Deep South of the 30s. So yeah, that's what this is actually about. And finally, let's hope we get a good one this time. Well, not that those aren't good books, but like one I really want to read. It is... Damn! It's a book that I've been putting off for a very long time, and I guess I finally have to read it, and that is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Yeah, everyone's told me how amazing this is, and I just haven't risked it yet. I don't want to make my own opinion. It says, Eleanor Oliphant leads a simple life. She wears the same clothes to work every day, eats the same meal deal for lunch every day, and buys the same 2 bottles of vodka to drink every weekend. Eleanor Oliphant is happy. Nothing is missing from her carefully timetabled existence, except sometimes everything. I've heard this is very powerful, and I am probably just not ready for it. Okay, and the 2 from Larry/Alan. There is no nice way to shake this. Let's dig a bit deeper. Okay, 1 has escaped. I'm not taking that. Every time I take the escaped one, it's not good. So, what have we got? Ooh! We got one that I am very happy about, and that is The Bride Test by Helen Huang. So I absolutely loved her first book, or the first book in this like setting, which is The Kiss Quotient. So I believe this isn't a sequel, it's just like about the same sort of thing in about the same type of place, and maybe the characters mix. This says, Kaideep has no feelings, or not big important emotions like grief and love. He thinks he's defective. His family knows better, that his autism means he just processes emotions differently. When he steadfastly refuses to consider a relationship, his mother takes matters into her own hands and returns to Vietnam to find him the perfect bride. As a mixed-race girl living in the slums of Ho Chi Minh City, Esme Tran has always felt out of place. So when the opportunity arises to go to America and meet a potential husband, she can't turn it down. This could be the break her family needs. Seducing Kai, however, doesn't go quite as planned. Esme's lessons in love seem to be working, but only on herself. She's hopelessly smitten with a man who's convinced he can never return her affection. this sounds like such a great time, and the kiss quotient was not what I expected of it, and I think this is going to go the same way. Like, it's going to be a bit, not dirtier, just a bit more real life. I don't know, but I'm excited. So one more pick. Let's dig deep again. And we have, okay, I'm not mad. I got The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. So I've been reading quite a lot of Ruth Ware lately. I mean, it's October right now, it's spooky. Yeah, I just read The Death of Mrs. Westaway and sort of enjoyed it. In the past, I've read The Turn of the Key and given it 5 stars. I've also read In a Dark, Dark Wood, which I gave 3 stars. So I'm just wondering what I feel about this. I don't know too much. Do you know what? I'm actually not going to read the back because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. But yeah, this is a pretty mixed TBR. I don't think people have seen this much of a mixed selection of books in a while. We go from To Kill a Mockingbird to a adult romance. Like, this is an impressive selection, I think. So please do let me know if you've read any of these books, loved or hated these books. If you are going to be taking part with sisters approximately, then please do let me know. I would love to get like your opinions heard on the Mercy List. That would be amazing. Would love some interaction on that. Apart from that, that is pretty much all I have to say. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.